Hit push record on you. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Got a good one for you today. Man. Dang it. Woo. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got a good one for y'all today. It's gonna be an interesting. I feel like it's a good one. I think it's gonna be very interesting. Let's get the logistics out of the way. We're going to be using two guns. We're not here to do a gun review or anything like that. We're going to be talking about we're going to be using the Glock 45 9mm, and we're going to be using in my Winchester Model 1300 Defender shotgun. And what we're discussing here is the shotgun shell, or double-aught buck specifically, and the 9mm. And there's a video posted online not too long ago where someone discussed why they use a shotgun, double-aught buck specifically, as opposed to a pistol when defending their home. I have some issues with that, but let's get into that here as we go along, and we'll talk about it. But anyways, welcome to the channel. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see y'all in a second. Gotta work the angles, you know, for the YouTube. You gotta work the angles. It's gray anyways. All right, so what it is, we're gonna get into a little bit more of this, but I drew a 16-inch by 16-inch square on this piece of cardboard. And what we're going to do is the further shot, if I had an intruder and I wanted to use a shotgun or a 9mm, we're actually going to shoot the target with both. And we'll as we progress, we're going to talk about what the guy was talking about. But I do a 16-inch by 16-inch square on this deal, which is 16 inches is usually the average width of a male's shoulders. And so what we're going to talk about is we're going to shoot one time with the 9mm. We're going to pull the trigger one time on the slug, and it should throw 9 pellets downrange into the target. And that was the guy's articulation. Well, I get 9 pellets as opposed to 1. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in depth as we go, and it'll make a little bit more sense. So just stay tuned, guys. I promise it's going to be okay. Oh, the angles. Yeah, the angles. It's going to be okay, guys. We're getting there. This right here from that cardboard is about 18 yards, and this is probably, if I had an intruder and I had a 9mm pistol in my hand, this would be the furthest shot I would have to make in my house. If I'm standing right at this wall and a guy walks into the back door, roughly the furthest shot. And people say, well, why do you do that? Well, you should train for the furthest shot. They're never 5 yards from you. They're always across the house. For instance, there was a friend of mine, they were sitting on the couch, guy walks in the front door. Whatever that distance is, you need to train. You need to train for the worst case scenario. Right here, 18 yards is roughly the worst case scenario. Further shot I'd have to make with a pistol in my house if an intruder, it was a self-defense situation that I would have to make on an intruder. So let's look at it. All right, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna walk you down there right now, but I can see the bullet is fairly center. I'm gonna go down there and mark that one shell. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna fire some double-aught buck at this target. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Whew. Oh, I'm still recording. Nice. Guys, I almost, God, the angle, God dang it. All right, well, screw it. Forgot to tell you, the ammo we're using in the shotgun is this Winchester 12 gauge, 2 3/4, 9 pellet double-aught buck. And for the pistol, we have the Sierra 115 grain, jacketed hollow points. So yeah, that's what we're using. Why this stuff here, why that, I don't know. I actually bought 3 different types of hollow points, and ultimately the goal is to do a comparison with those 3, the difference, see what kind of difference we are actually looking at with hollow points. And this right here, the buckshot, It was either $20 a box or $8.99 a box. I went with the $8.99 a box simply because that's what most people are gonna do, is double up book, right? They're gonna be like, I'll use the $20 box instead of the $8.99. No, not this guy, $8.99. That's why we're using it, so suck it up. Now we have the Winchester 12 gauge double up buck. Hey guys, man, I apologize. I think I may have jerked a little bit on that one. I'll explain that here in a minute. I'm gonna give it one more shot, try to be a little more steady on my shot, so we can get a little bit more of a fair assessment, and you'll understand here shortly. I felt really good about that one, but it doesn't look good. I'll bring it up here and show you. All right guys, so I felt really good about that trigger pull and about that shot alignment. Really, dang, if I can hold my balance. Yeah, okay, so felt really good about that shot alignment. My 9mm was right here. I had a pellet hit here the first time. You can see there's a mark here, 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 and here. It wasn't there. To me, it grouped tight and right. I thought maybe I did something, so I came back, did it again, and it shot the exact same way. So number one, knowing your shotgun, this is my first test with it, so I apologize. It shoots high to the right, it seems. At least at this distance, this is your spread. And what we're talking about, what we're getting to ultimately is, when you shoot a pistol, there's one shot per trigger, and you're responsible for that bullet, where it hits, and then what's behind it. Potentially either criminally or civilly, just depends on the situation, maybe even both. Here, look how many flyers we had. You have something in this, man, barely made it. But if you look, how many flyers, I don't know, I hope it can pick this up. But we have one here, here, let's just say, we won't count the cutters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shells. This one's probably in the face or neck. Let's don't even count those. So 1, 2, 3 shells that completely, or 3 shells, 3 pellets. Get your shit together, man. 3 pellets that went outside the box. You're responsible for that bullet, right? You're responsible for the target and beyond. Either, like I said, either criminally, civilly, and or both. Now, granted, this is quite a spread at 18-ish yards, which is what we have, which would be worst case scenario in my house. A little bit, you could argue, well, if he's closer, it won't spread like that, so it's fine. Okay, so granted, if you are closer, it won't spread so much. Let's go look and see if we can't do some tests for over penetration. I'll be right back with you. So what we talked about so far is we talked about buckshot as far as the expansion of the shell, or expansion of the pellets as it goes down range. It expands, it spreads out. Depending on your scenario at your home, maybe you don't like your neighbor's car, so you're defending yourself and it goes through the bad guy out your house, through your wall and into your neighbor's car. Yeah, whatever, but you're still responsible, right? You're still responsible criminally, civilly, and or both. And so, that being said, now we're talking about penetration, because someone would say, well, it's gonna hit your wall and stop, or it's gonna hit a bad guy and stop. So let's talk about this for a second. When you get a hollow point bullet, the idea behind a hollow point bullet is for the impact, for it to expand, for it to energy dump, and then for it to basically try not to over penetrate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot some jugs of water with both the 9mm and the 12 gauge. The slugs, the 12 gauge pellets, as you will, if you will, the 12 gauge pellets don't expand, they just keep going. Let's see how many jugs of water it takes to stop a 9mm bullet, hollow point, and a 12 gauge slug. Yeah, it's a good test. Body's mostly water, 60% roughly. So we're shooting water. Yeah, same thing. Who needs ballistics gel? We have water. And I drink a lot of milk, so we have plenty of jugs. Don't judge me. The Sierra ejected hollow points, 9mm. Whew, it's cold. Dang it. So, whew. We annihilated the first one, went to the second one. You know what? Use this water. So, now that the first one went to the second, And it looks like, oh dang, through the 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th. Dang. I'm gonna have to go get some more jugs. So here's the expansion on this Sierra. Not real impressive. So, and what we'll do is we'll eventually, we have a couple different 9mm rounds to check out, but we'll see which one gets better results as far as less penetration and stuff like that goes. But into the 5th jug. Yeah, I need to see this beautiful face. That's what you are saying. Yeah, into the 5th jug. Not too impressive. So I've seen better 9mm ammo, so we'll do some more tests. But now for the 12 gauge. Well, back and forth to the house, but this right here was the, I mean, that's the bullet. It did not really expand very well. Let me set these down in the watered down watermelon. Nice. This is what you really want. You want something more along the lines of this. We've had this type of expansion. So you get it in there. This is what you want. This is not, to me, this is not very good. But needless to say, we'll see how it compares to the 12 gauge. So I bought an extra jug out here because really and truly, the 12 gauge just needs to stop in 5 or less, and it's a tie. Well, 5. If it stops in 5, we're good. But it goes beyond 5. 9mm wins still, even though the ammo wasn't as good as it could have been. But anyways, let's keep going. The 12 gauge double aught buck. Oh. Ooh, so take a look. So I just watched the slow-mo on my phone, and we actually had pellets go straight through the 6th. Oh, we have some in here, but we do have entry. We do have entry and exit. So I know for a fact, being the fact on the video and being the holes on both sides of the jug, we did have pellets that went straight through. We captured 1. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh, we have some in here too. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So, okay. We captured 3 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. Right? Right. 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and then when you look at the 6th jug, we actually had 2 pellets go straight through. So not sure where the other pellets went. I imagine they kind of did this. They kind of spread out the side because we only had 2 shells. We only had 2 pellets go out the back end. So again, even when it impact, they still spread out. They still widen out, and you're responsible for that shell. Not only on a handgun, you're responsible. We got 1 bullet to worry about. On a shotgun, or on this particular double aught buck, you have 9 pellets. So we have 5 pellets. 2 we know went straight through, which would at least, at bare minimal, gone into the 7th jug. I don't know that they would have much power to go past that, but maybe it goes in 8th. I don't know. But even then, you had the pellets that spread out. So what I will give you this is it wasn't the best 9mm hollow point we've ever shot. We've done a way better than that. So I would say, number 1, knowing your ammunition. I just chose some random ammunition because that's what everybody's going to do. Is like, oh, I like that box because it's fluorescent green. Whatever. So I'll let y'all decide. What's better, 9mm or 12 gauge shotgun? I don't know. When you talk over penetration, you're talking about the widening of the bullets. You guys decide. I know what I'm using, but here, really and truly, you know, I don't have neighbors, so it doesn't matter for me. But what is your situation like? What is important to you, and what's it worth to you, criminally or civilly? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Number one, know your ammunition. Number two, train with your guns. And number three, know your laws. Know what you're able to legally do at all times. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all. See y'all next time.